Hi folks, and welcome to this midweek reflection coming from DBC. A tale of two kings. One who was schooled by the great philosopher Aristotle, the other by the religious tradition of the synagogue. One whose feet trod from the mountains of Macedonia to the plain of the Punjab, the other never left the boundaries of Palestine. One whose kingdom was established by the power of the sword, the other by the power of love. One whose kingdom did not survive his death, the other, well, his kingdom is still growing. One who died in despair and frustration at his own mortality, the other with the triumphant cry, tetelestai, in Greek, which means it is finished, or better, it is accomplished. One who was Alexander the Great, the other Jesus of Nazareth. That contrast brings home to us powerfully, especially as we approach Christmas time, of the incredible mystery and paradoxical nature of the Christian faith. Alexander the Great represents the world. History's full of the strong men who made empires, who created history, who were idolized by people. Jesus of Nazareth represents God's way, going under the radar, but achieving so much more than other human beings can. That's the paradoxical nature of our faith. A while ago I came across this little ditty. They missed him. They were looking for a lion. He came as a lamb, and they missed him. They were looking for a warrior. He came as a peacemaker, and they missed him. They were looking for a king. He came as a servant, and they missed him. They were looking for liberation from Rome. He submitted to the Roman stake, and they missed him. They were looking for a fit to their mould. He was the mould breaker, and they missed him. Will you? Interesting challenge at the end there. Jesus of Nazareth, not Alexander the Great, but that phrase Jesus of Nazareth was problematic even at the time of Jesus himself. I love this reading here from John chapter 1, where the disciples are having their messianic moment, realizing that Jesus is the Christ. Philip, like Andrew and Peter, was from the town of Bethsaida. Philip found Nathanael and told him, "We have found the one Moses wrote about in the law and about whom the prophets also wrote, Jesus of Nazareth, the son of Joseph." Nazareth? Can anything good come from there? Nathanael asked. "Come and see," said Philip. Isn't that a brilliant reply? Nazareth? Can anything good come from there? Philip says, come and see. Nazareth was a peasant village. Population probably between 300 to 400 people. Lower socio-economic status. We remember that Jesus, at Christmas time we'll remember this, was born in the animal section of an inn that was full. All the rooms were taken, and it wouldn't have been the first time that those who couldn't get a room would have stayed at least in the warmth where the animals were. But what a lowly birth in a small town of Bethlehem, and then to be brought up in Nazareth. You know that Nazareth does not appear in any written document outside the New Testament. It was a place of no significance. When we think of Alexander the Great, we think of the great Hellenistic Empire. He was born in a palace. Jesus was born in a stable, and he came from Nazareth. And yet, although God came under the radar, it then bubbled up, that revelation bubbled up to become the story of Jesus that we have in the Gospels, which is the foundation of our faith. That's why the world misses it. It's looking for the wrong things. This Christmas time, let's look for the right things. Let's realise that this gospel that we have is full of mystery and wonder and paradox. But my goodness, it's changed the world, and it's changing our hearts, even as we journey along in this Christian faith. Thanks be to God. Have a good Christmas. Amen.